What is up? Salute, salute, salute. How is everyone doing out there today, man? Hey, how you doing? Sorry you can't get through. So leave your name and your number, and I'll get back to you. What is up, man? How's everybody doing, man? How art thou doing? How thou is, man? We in the building, man, live and direct. One and only. Yes, yes, yes. Hmm. We got a great show for you guys tonight, man. Holy mackerel. Uh, holy mackerel. So much going on, man. Under our noses, man. Right under our noses. There's so much going on right under our noses. Salute to everybody out there. Y'all thought I wasn't coming on tonight. Well, I'm here, man. I'm here, and I'm near, and I'm dear. I'm here. I'm near, and I'm dear. Mm. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. Um, let's go ahead and get into it. Everybody in here, everybody in the building, wipe your feet, share the video. Don't worry about the like button, just share the video.
We're learning new details in the.
Yeah, don't worry too much about the like. Yeah, white boys kill no. Yeah, man. Oh, baby, it's a wild world. I thought them caping for Carmelo was gonna be the craziest thing black folks did in a while. This Nolan situation is actually crazier than Carmelo. In the Carmelo situation, crazy. I mean, to raise $700,000 for a murderer and the cape for him and all the lies and stories they told about that. This Nolan Wells thing is even more crazy. These niggas gonna turn this into Black history. Nolan Wells gonna be, the Black History murals. Yo, yeah, I swear, man. Yo, yo, black folk crazy, man. Black folk are dangerously crazy. I mean, dangerously crazy. Black folks so crazy that you gotta balls around black folks. Like, oh no, man. Ah, crazy, crazy, man. Wait a second, man. Let me hold on, man. Black folk, hold on, black folk. I don't know what y'all gonna do next, man. You don't know what black people gonna do next, man. Black people are unpredictable, man. Hey, listen, man. In the future, man, this how crazy black folk is over that Nolan Wild situation, man. This how crazy black folks is over the Nolan Wild situation. Listen, these black folk might put Nolan Wells in the yo, these you can't even really when you think about it, listen, when you think about it, it really just yo, they gonna put him on they gonna put him on these. This is how crazy black folk is, man. Black folk is this crazy with about this Nolan Wells situation because it's white boys and because he's the victim, which does explain why it's crazier than Carmelo, why the hysteria is crazier. Because the hysteria around Carmelo was crazy because they thought he was a victim of the criminal justice system. And they was on some Dindu shit. They was on some Din. The Carmelo Anthony had a Dindu spirit about it from Sons. So they got into a collective Dinduism. Now they got into with Nolan, it's a collective. We got lynched. It did. We was lynched, and that's worse. That causes worse hysteria. That's more that brings up a worse demon out of the blacks. We got lynched. It did. They gonna put Nolan Wells on these future Black History figures murals. Look, you got Frederick Douglass, George Washington Carver, all the Republican congressmen after the Civil War, Duke Ellington, Paul Laurence Dunbar, Martin Luther King, Jesse Owens, Malcolm X, Langston Hughes, Paul Robeson, Jack Johnson, W.E.B. Du Bois. Y'all gotta give me my props, man. Y'all gotta give me my props. I know these people. Charles Drew, Carter G. Woodson, Marcus Garvey, Booker T. Washington. Listen, man, y'all gotta give me my props, man. Niggas don't know, man. James Baldwin ain't on there, man. James Baldwin ain't on here. But yeah, you gotta give me my props, man. I know my Black history, man. Listen, man. They finna put Nolan Wells on one of these joints, man. They going to, man. Nolan Wells, George Floyd. I think Nolan Wells got a chance to be second to Floyd, man. Floyd is out of this world. Floyd is next level. Floyd is next level. I don't know if anybody ever overtakes Floyd. I don't know if anybody ever overtakes Floyd. But second place is up for grabs. Rodney King done, man. Rodney King, move over, Rodney King. You gotta move over, Rodney King. You gotta move over, Rodney King. You gotta move over. Listen, Martin Luther King. These tapes about to come out about Martin Luther King, man. These tapes showing how he was a philanderer, man. He loved them some white women, man. That's all they did was travel around the country and screw white women. Nolan, man. Nolan, yeah, listen, it's a lot of black historical figures that's quaking in their boots, man. Nolan is coming up. Nolan is rounding. He's coming around the turn, man. Nolan is creeping on a come up. Yeah, Nolan is not playing around with y'all, man. Nolan is ready, man. Yeah, Emmett Till loved glider women. His dad loved glider women. Everybody loved glider women, man. Glider women are the best, man. Listen. Listen. In 20 years, man, because Nolan didn't do nothing wrong. You got to remember. Floyd, he got a check and pass. Rashad Brooks, he got a check and pass. Ahmaud Arbery, he got a check and pass. All these black victims, Breonna Taylor, she got a check and pass. All of these, listen, all of these blackity blacks, watch out for Nolan Wells, man. Nolan, a pure victim. He didn't do nothing wrong. The white boys just lynched him for no reason. Wyatt and Warren lynched him in front of thousands of people. Yeah, Officer Tatum, a brave guy, man. I'm glad he stuck his neck out there for those kids, man. It's funny how black folk is upset that the kids are doing podcasts now. And listen, the black folk have been smearing these dudes' names for weeks. Since July 4th. These dudes finally say something. You think black folk will be like, oh, good, I'm glad. I want to hear from these dudes, man. I want to hear what these guys got to say. Niggas is offended that these dudes even spoke. Niggas want these dudes to just shut up and take it. Niggas are evil. When they get in there, when they get one of these spirits, when niggas get one of these collective spirits behind them, they're evil, man. They're evil. All the Black Panthers love white women too. All of them. The Black Panthers, Eldridge Cleaver, what's his name? What's the other one? All them niggas, man. Huey Newton, just a couple more of them. Dang. Bobby Seals, whole bunch of them. They love white women. Love them. Yeah, Tatum, all right. Tatum gonna be all right. Tatum got a security detail. Tatum make millions of dollars a year on YouTube, man. Tatum probably make $10, $20 million a year on YouTube, man. Yeah, Jim Brown. Yeah, all the Sunmen love glider cheeks. They love glider cheeks. Glider cheeks is the best cheeks. Pat. Yeah, nobody gonna do nothing to Brandon Tatum. But he should take precautions though. Because Sons is crazy, man. Sons are crazy, man. Sons are crazy, man. We should definitely take precautions, but I don't think nobody will do nothing to him. But just like Sons are so it don't take all of the sons to do. It only takes one son. That's the thing that you got to remember. All sons don't have to do something to Brandon Tatum. Only one does. All it takes is one stupid son. And you can find a stupid son, press one. Easy to find a dumb son. But yeah, this is crazy. They're going to turn Nolan Wells into a deity, man. A deity. Nolan. I told you they need to make a song about him. Let me come back to this, man. I'm gonna come back to this, man. I really want to. Nancy Grace, man. Nancy Grace is pimping this shit, boy. Holy smokes. Nancy Grace is on the black side, man. Nancy Grace got black in her family, man. And Nancy Grace coming to the cookout. I'm about to tell Nancy Grace to give me a plate, man. Nancy, when you go to that cookout, man, give me a plate, man. Bring me back a plate, Nancy. Bring me back a plate, Nancy.
Breaking news tonight in the Nolan Wells investigation. Enhanced distress call audio bombshell. Good evening. I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. I want to
It's crazy that she still got the Karen hairstyle, man. Nancy holding on to that, man. You don't see a lot of women in TV wear the Karen hairstyle no more. Nancy pandering to niggas, man. Nancy is pandering to niggas, man. Nancy disgrace. Nancy is pandering, man. If you got anything you want me to see, man, put it in the Ock Nation community, man. Just drop it in the Ock Nation community chat. If you got anything that you want me to see or play during this live stream, drop it in there. The chat right there. The link is right there. If you got anything you want me to see or you got anything you want to say to me, that's like a way for us to communicate outside of the chat, because I can't catch everything in the chat, but I can catch everything in the community. Yeah. Nancy this great. Nancy pandering to niggas because she views. Everything's about views, man. I haven't checked. Is Candace Owens still going? Because the trial is happening right now. Is Candace Owens still banging on Is Candace Owens still banging on Charlie's wife, man? I don't know. I haven't seen Candace in a while. But all these women are just grifters, man. Megan Kelly, this one. All these women online are grifters, man. I was shocked with Megan Kelly, though, man. I was shocked, man, but I shouldn't have been. Oh, he said Owens got sued again. Yeah, she's I haven't heard much from her, man. Her feeds used to come up like she's at 200,000, 300,000. She's to have like she would you just turn on the channel, be 200,000 people in the chat and all of them members. And then it just stopped. Nah, these people making a lot of money on YouTube. They don't need to get paid by foreign actors. The YouTube pays them. You find out which way the wind is blowing, and you blog that side. Again, we'd like to see 10 people sponsor the show tonight, man. Can we get 10 people to sponsor tonight's program? 10 people. We need 10 people to sponsor tonight's program. Would you? Support a brother. We going in, man. Would you support a brother? Let me see. Nancy, man. What's Nancy talking about, man? Only Nancy I ever liked was Nancy Reagan, man.
Breaking news tonight in the Nolan Wells investigation, enhanced distress call audio bombshell. Good evening. I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. I want to thank you for being with us.
He was face down on the beach right at the water's edge.
If he was face down, that also doesn't make sense to me. If he's face down, wouldn't.
Bitch, how the fuck you know what makes sense, bitch? You ain't. She act like she's seen 1,000 bodies washed up on shore, and like only like 900 out of like 900 of them was face up. Then, bitch, you could say some shit like that, bitch. Press 1. This dumb whore. It doesn't really make sense to me. How the fuck does it not make sense to you how a body washes up on shore? How the fuck does that not make sense? Are you an expert on bodies washing up on shore, you whore? Are you the, is this bitch the washed up on shoreologist? The fuck is you? What these people? Yo, we don't listen to the things these people say enough, man. You gotta listen to what these people are saying. This bitch just said it doesn't make sense. What the fuck does that mean? He was face down, and that really doesn't make sense. What? He washed up on shore. He could have been on his side. You know what I'm saying? Like, that could have been on his side. He could have been on his back, on his side, on his front. He could have been rolled up. Like, man, who the fuck knows? Like, just saying something doesn't make sense or something sounds fishy. That's a trick that I caught when I first got on the YouTube. Man, that don't make sense, man. This sounds fishy. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right. That's what niggas just say when they want you to, you know what I mean? They want to grift. Those are grifting terms, man. Something just ain't right. Something smell fishy. Nah, motherfucker, you about to grift off this shit for a year. I did Brianna, not Brianna, Kanika Jenkins, man. I did Kanika Jenkins and Breonna Taylor. I know how it is to follow a story. I did Kanika Jenkins and Breonna Taylor. So don't ask me about it, man. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I know. I know.
Beach right at the water's edge.
If he was sent face down, that also doesn't make sense to me. If he's face down, wouldn't blood pool just by nature of gravity this way?
So right now we've got a lot of questions, but as the second doctor says, this is all still pending investigation.
If this were your child, wouldn't you want to know what happened?
Detail assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the work coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles?
What'd you say? Hey.
Yes. How far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
What did we just hear? What was that? One more time, please.
Detail assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
If that tape really said this, you fucking moron, Nancy, these guys would have been brought in for questioning. If the original copy of this tape really said that, these guys would have been brought in for questioning. This is ridiculous, man. That they think this is on the tape and the police haven't. This is terrible, man.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the work coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles? Hello?
What'd you say? Hey.
Yes. How far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
straight out to investigative reporter Crime Stories, Dave Mack. Did you just hear what I heard? Now, this has been transcribed, and this is the CTO dispatch call. Because, Dave, when I first heard this, I thought, has this been doctored? Is this real? Where's this coming from, Dave?
Nancy, this is coming from from Mississippi, from the actual official. Okay, when we get into the Mississippi,
if that was on the tape, if there was evidence that Nolan was on the boat and not on the island when his friends left, that's probable cause, man. With them saying that, to get a at least get a subpoena or search warrant for these guys' homes or these guys' boat. They only got a search warrant for the boat and fucking swabbed every inch of that boat. Press 1. They got a search warrant with a boat and used 1,000 Q-tips to swab every single inch of that boat, looking for any sign of Nolan Wells' blood or DNA on that boat. Let's be honest, man. Black folk want to pretend like, oh, it's white kids. Or no, this is actually the opposite. They want to, the establishment wants this shit. They like this shit. They don't see, listen. They love this. Oh, white guy might have killed the black guy. Oh, yeah, let's give this story life. Listen. He said, again, I blame the police. They're letting this story run wild. Yeah. Police down there. I mean, it's a little town. They're not used to this type of stuff, big stuff. You know? This audio is obviously fake, okay? It's obviously fake. There's no way the police would have heard that, all that stuff, and been like, wouldn't have asked those guys for questioning, further questioning. That's all. Just, hey, man, I need you guys to come down here, man. You guys said, where was Nolan again? Okay, so, and then them little white boys can't stand up to no detectives, man. Some detectives, homicide detectives, will break Wyatt and Warren. If Warren and Wyatt were lying, a good seasoned homicide detective would see through that shit in a heartbeat. Ben Crump says Nolan Wells' grieving mother should not be subjected to reported attacks while seeking answers. Let me switch this over to Nolan Wells' grieving mother should not be subjected to reported attacks while seeking answers about her son's death, as the Wells family continues to demand transparency in the ongoing investigation. No one should weaponize online reviews against his mother's professional reputation. It said, would I recommend? So she's a nurse. I think she's like a real nurse. She's not just a RN and shit like that. She is she's a registered nurse. She's not just a somebody run around with. So Crump, man, Crump is something else, man. Crump is something else, man. Ben Crump is something else, man. Watch this, man. Ben Crump is something else. Jeez. He's talking about the 1919 race riot. Ben Crump, man. This is his feed, man. The official Nolan Wells tip line. The official Nolan Wells tip line. This grift is so disgusting, man. It's like, damn, he don't care. But a lot of people are not smart. A lot of people don't think he's grifting. A lot of people think, yeah, he Black America's Attorney General. I mean, like, oh my God, man. Oh, unbelievable, man. Foul-mouthed black woman berates white female Domino's employee. She films herself screaming, "Make my shit now, bitch," at the poor worker who looks on the verge of tears.
Again, you dirty ass bitch. My shit now, bitch. Hurry up. Hurry the fuck up. Well, hurry up. Let me make sure it's in front of my motherfucking call. Cause you so motherfucking mouthy. Let me see. Hurry up, do the shit now. Let me see this motherfucking render, bitch. Cause my kids are the fuck hungry, bitch. Now call who the fuck you need to call. Talking about no ma'am. I never order from this motherfucker again, you dirty ass bitch. My shit now, bitch. Hurry up. Hurry the fuck up. Well, hurry up. Let me make sure it's in front of my motherfucking call. Cause you so motherfucking mouthy. Let me see. Hurry up, do the shit now. Let me see this motherfucking render, bitch. Cause my kids are the fuck hungry, bitch. Now call who the fuck you need to call. Talking about no ma'am. I never order from this motherfucker again, you dirty ass bitch. My shit now, bitch. Hurry up. Hurry the fuck up. Well, hurry up. Let me make sure it's in front of my motherfucking call. Cause you so motherfucking mouthy. Let me see.
Jeez. That's the average black versus white interaction, man. Black people ain't never black people. Oh, I'm so scared to be around white people. No, the fuck you're not. No, the fuck you're not. Unbelievable, man. What can you do, man? What can you do, man?
Detail assistant, Vicky speaking. How can I help you? All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir?
No, we do not need that.
All right.
No, we do not need that.
Why is the smartest and most brilliant amongst us putting out garbage like this? I listen to it. Y'all listen to it. Ain't nobody talking about did you kill him and all this other stuff. Before we get back to the show, I want to tell you guys about Synergy. If you're tired of energy drinks that spike you up, make you jittery, and then crash you later, Synergy is built differently. Synergy Day gives you clean, steady energy and focus with natural caffeine from green tea. Synergy Night helps you wind down or have a vested interest and confirmation bias. That no matter if Jesus Christ...
Yeah, there's a lot of confirmation bias going on with anything that black. Anything blacks get into, all these phenomenons or all these tropes and biases. Like, for instance, let's just say, I can't even say that, Jesus Christ. But anyway, listen, Nolan Wells is being used as a football by the left, a political football by the left. They want him to have gotten murdered. They want him to have gotten murdered.
Nazareth came out of the sky and said these boys had nothing to do with Nolan's death, people will reject Christ Jesus and stop believing in him because they're invested in believing these kids must have done something. Now, I'm not saying that if they did or didn't. I'm saying the evidence is showing that they were nowhere near Nolan when his life was taken. Whether it's a drowning or whether somebody killed him, these kids were not there. How about we focused on other leads so we can figure out what happened? Because somebody may have been involved in it, and we're looking in the wrong direction. More than likely, nobody was involved in it, but we shall see. All right, let's get to the TMZ debunking the audio that was put out and people doing enhancements. We got a whole segment here. Y'all stay tuned. We're going to go methodically through each individual step. We're going to play TMZ's thing. We're going to play the enhanced audio. We're going to play the woman who enhanced the audio, and then we're going to listen to the full audio, us. So y'all can hear exactly what is being said in its entirety, full context. And I promise you, it's going to shock you that some of the things that's said on there, you got to wonder, the people that's highlighting certain moments, why did they put the rest of it in there? Why did they copy and paste these segments? You will find out here shortly. Here's the TMZ, a new update from TMZ. The young lady is reporting on it. Roll it.
Here with another development in the Nolan Wells case, TMZ has learned evidence apparently shows Nolan Wells was still on Horn Island after his friend's boat left. Sources with direct knowledge.
We already knew this. Warren and Tristan already said this, but y'all were, not y'all that's listening, y'all smart. I'm talking about your cousin them. They were defiant and saying these boys are lying and all this other stuff. And then now TMZ is reporting on it. Maybe you'll listen. Roll it.
Tell TMZ authorities have evidence suggesting Nolan was on the Mississippi Barrier Island after the boat departed on the 4th of July, which would mark a major development in the investigation. We're told at least 2 witnesses interviewed by law enforcement claimed they saw Nolan on the island after the boat headed back to the mainland. TMZ also enhanced the audio from Nolan's friend's frantic call for help when their boat was sinking, and some people believe they can hear someone saying, "Is he dead?" But sources tell TMZ people on the boat who have heard the questionable audio believe the words being heard are simply panic during the chaotic moment the boat was sinking. Meanwhile, Nolan's alleged best friend, Warren Hudson, says he last saw Nolan around 3 p.m. that day, but claims he spoke with someone who said they last saw Nolan on the island around 6 p.m. Hudson also insists his group was not the last to see Nolan, saying there were still dozens of boats around Horn Island when they left. Nolan was reported missing later that night and was found dead in the water days later. His parents are now conducting their own investigation as questions continue to surround the timeline of what really happened that 4th of July. We'll keep you guys updated as we learn more.
Okay, perfect. Here's Tim.
Nolan, man. Oh man, I can't do this, man. I gotta move on. I gotta move on, man. I can't do it, man. I gotta move on.
We're taking a live look at the Space Needle right now. We can confirm the flag is being flown at half staff this morning after another public event, arguably the most popular in Seattle, was shattered by gun violence. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this Monday, July 27th. I'm Erin Mayovsky.
And I'm John Hopper. So this morning, we're continuing our coverage of last night's deadly shooting at Seattle Center during the Bite of Seattle Food Festival. We know 3 people are dead, 4 others are hurt, including a 2-year-old boy. Foster Teen Sean Chitness is at Harborview Medical Center with an update on those victims, including some who've already been released.
But first, we turn to Taylor Winkle, who joins us live now from the Seattle Center with a breakdown of what we know this morning. Taylor.
Yeah, you guys, we have been walking around the Bite of Seattle this morning, now more than 12 hours later, just kind of astonished at all the abandoned vendor booths. You can see that people left seemingly right in the middle of transactions, leaving everything for the day. You come over to this one, you can see in that walk, there's vegetables there, probably in the middle of cooking when they heard those gunshots go off. When you look past this scene, there is an abandoned stroller, and maybe you can imagine what that family was thinking as they heard the sound of gunshots. It might be quicker to get away if they grab their baby and run than even try to deal with the stroller. It is haunting to look out this morning, but I want to show you what it looked like last night, right around 6:01. That's when police say they got their first report of gunshots. They say one suspected shooter is in custody this morning. One is believed to still be on the run, and this is video from the scene as a stampede of people rushed from the danger. Police think 2 people were shooting at each other. The assistant chief of Seattle Police says, again, at 6:01, people heard gunshots. They started to call 911. Officers were already in the area. They responded. They say right when they got there, they addressed one of the shooters. That person gave up. They are in custody. And so far this morning, we haven't seen them booked on the jail roster just yet. We are monitoring that, though. All we know is that they were described by police as a young person. The other person believed to be involved ran off, and at last check, police were still actively searching for them. They addressed 7 victims here on scene. 2 died here at the scene. 4 were taken by Seattle Fire to Harborview, and then another later showed up themselves to UW Medical Center. We're going to have more on those victims' conditions here in a bit, but in the meantime, I can tell you 2 guns were recovered from the scene here right now with no surveillance cameras in this immediate area. Police want witnesses to come forward. Out here this morning, we talked to Max, who was here last night, one of the hundreds of individuals who ran from the sound of that gunfire. He said he cannot stop thinking about the victims and what happened at this family-friendly event.
All that really runs through your mind because it's like post-traumatic stress. So it's just when I came here today for closure, just to see the area and I guess in some way relive it. I don't know why I want to relive it, but just to really process everything and how everything went down.
SP Kitty wants to hear from witnesses this morning. They are asking anybody with any information to call the Violent Crime Hotline. The number for that is 206-233-5000. And even with one of the suspects still at large, Seattle police this morning say they don't believe there is a greater risk to the community. Now, again, when it comes to the conditions of those victims, we are going to go live to Fox 13 Sean Chitness at Harborview. Sean, you've been monitoring these for us this morning. What can you tell us?
Well, Taylor, the focus is now on that one remaining patient, a 2-year-old boy who we were told is in satisfactory condition. That is an update from earlier this morning. And when those patients arrived here yesterday, we do know that 2 patients were released as of this morning. At least that's the update that we got from staff here. Those 2 patients include a 23-year-old man and a 39-year-old woman. We also know of that 27-year-old man that Taylor mentioned who went to the UW Medical Center in Montlake. He has been released as well. Late last night, we heard from city and state leaders about the initial response to treat people who were shot at Seattle Center.
We discovered as we got to the scene that there were a total of 7 victims that suffered gunshot wounds at the scene. Officers immediately began to perform CPR and first aid on several victims.
And let me also just add my thanks to Seattle police officers, as well as fire department professionals, as well as those at Harborview, the frontline medical professionals that are treating the victims tonight and dealing with the pain of the families that are suffering through this.
All of us, our hearts go out to everybody who's impacted by this. I can't imagine being a parent of a 2-year-old toddler, for example, who's injured in a shooting like this.
Now, Harborview staff.
Wait till you see who did this shit. Wait till you see who did this shit.
Went over some of the injuries those patients who were admitted here were dealing with when they first arrived. We understand that is anything from being shot in the arm, stomach, or different parts of the leg. We also want to acknowledge the victims who were killed in this mass shooting. One was treated here before they died. The other 2 died at the scene. Those victims include a 19-year-old man, a 44-year-old man, and a 56-year-old woman. We also know that the hospital was put on partial lockdown yesterday, and then that was lifted last night at 9 p.m. Reporting live at Harborview Medical Center, Sean Fitness, Fox 13 News.
200K. I'll get that plaque that says 100K. Shooting? Oh, here. Get down.
That video captures the moments those shots were fired. People who were standing nearby say at first it was hard to figure out what was going on.
There were like a bunch of pops, and like it was a bunch of pops that almost sounded like fireworks, and then like a couple single ones, and then suddenly like there were birds that flew, and then like everybody started snapping out. A wave. Yeah, like it was like a wave of people started flying out.
And then all I heard, everybody just running, just everybody screaming chaos after that. I almost got pushed. He's pushing me. Yeah, it was a lot going on.
As Taylor Winkle mentioned, the police believe that 2 people were shooting at each other and confirmed one suspect was arrested immediately after the shooting while the other took off. Officers say they found 2 guns, but they haven't specified the type of guns used or released a description of that suspect who ran away. If you have any information, you're asked to reach out right away.
Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson released a statement calling the shooting an act of horrific violence, going on to say, in the days ahead, officials.
I want to show you her
Okay. Thank you all for returning today. I heard the call this morning for more frequent updates about the shooting last night at Seattle Center and our ongoing investigation. I want to be transparent, so I've called this press conference, and we will be holding another tomorrow at noon at this same location. Right now, tensions are high, and there's a lot of time-sensitive work to do. I've asked Assistant Chief Nicole Powell, who is in charge of the Investigation Bureau, to present with me this afternoon. She's heading up this investigation.
How is this woman in charge of an American city? Because we have elections. listen, we have elections. And she was the wokest candidate on the ticket for Seattle. She outwoke, and listen, some of the other candidates were very woke. She outwoke them. She was so woke. Her policies are so woke that like they're almost laughable. But she got into office. Support the channel. Take the challenge. Take the $10 challenge. Put something on the channel, guys. We need you guys to help support the channel, man. We need you guys to support the channel, to keep the channel alive. It's you guys that do that. We don't get nothing from YouTube, man. This is the people's channel. This is the people's channel. We get nothing from YouTube. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Get a membership at ArcNationNews.com. Get a membership. Become a member. We had a bunch of members when I was on YouTube. Now we need some members. Become a member of ArcNationNews.com. You can watch the show over there. You can participate in the community like so many people are. Yeah, you don't have to just you get a membership. That's what I would prefer. I prefer if you're gonna support the channel, go and get a membership. Discounts on the merch store. Every membership comes with perks. Discounts on the merch store. An account on the, your account, the channel is basically a social media app. So you get, listen, let's keep it going.
We continue to make sure that victims receive the care and the resources that they need. Our immediate priorities are to help families remain safe, reduce the risk of future violence, and make sure that they have practical and emotional support during these first days following the shooting.
Listen to all this woke shit she just said. No, we need to punish these fucking niggers who did this shit. Sorry. We need to punish these sons who did this shit and find the other one who's on the loose right now. It's 3 sons that were shooting at each other. One is dead. He died at the scene. One is in prison, is in jail, 15-year-old. And another, they're looking for him. They killed a couple innocent people that had nothing to do with their little shootout. At Seattle Bite. Think about it, man. Think about how niggas ruin shit that's like unruinable. Like niggas ruin shit that is literally unruinable. Like seriously. We're talking about a festival where you go around and taste food. Okay? When you go around and taste food. Let me show you this, what this thing was all about, because this will better show you how crazy it is that niggas did what they did down here. This will show you more how crazy it is This is what this was. This is what this event was where these niggas had a shootout. These YNs, these teens, these young sons, these YSs.
The Bite of Seattle is getting some heated attention following a theft we first told you about earlier this week. A local artist booth was ransacked during the 3-day festival. Since our report, a vendor reached out to Fox 13's Alejandro Guzman with serious allegations on how they're treated by the company that puts on the Bite of Seattle.
Alejandro Guzman is taking a closer look at the contract they are required to sign and explains why some business owners and customers feel they're the ones paying the price.
If you missed it on the Bite of Seattle, be glad!
Foodies calling the Bite of Seattle the bite of your wallet. Shocked by the price of lumpia buckets, dip cheesecake, and alligator skewers.
It's good though, but not.
We had something like this called Taste of DC. And me and my mom went one year and we never went back because the food's so expensive. They charge these vendors so much that they got to gouge the prices. But anyway, it's still a nice event. You just go around to different vendors, food vendors, and you just taste little stuff. It's not, they don't give you meals, they give you little bites, little cups, little plates, something so you don't get full, but so you can eat a lot of different foods. You go here, I'll have some macaroni and cheese from this soul food. And then you go, I'll have some linguine tart cup from this Italian place. Oh, mini tacos from this little Mexican place. You just go around and eat. It's that type of vibe. It's chill. And I know this video doesn't really talk about chill stuff, but I'm trying to let you understand what this was. This was chill. This was, it's nothing to do on a Sunday or Saturday. Honey, pack up the kids and let's go to Taste of whatever the fuck city.
Lumpia buckets, dip cheesecake, and alligator skewers.
It's good though, but not worth $27.
The iconic Food and Arts Festival is also under fire by an anonymous vendor who reached out to Fox 13 saying they were misled by Foodieland, the company behind the event, with heavy-handed policies and prioritized out-of-state sellers, all who are under a contract that punishes those who speak out against the organizer. Foodieland hosts more than a dozen food festivals across Texas, California, Nevada, and Arizona. The California-based company bought the rights to the bite last year from a Kirkland-based company for an undisclosed sum of money, according to the Puget Sound Business Journal.
Yeah, but for whatever they're saying happened last year, this is basically what it is right here.
Policies and priorities.
Right here.
Out.
Damn. Yeah. Fun time for the family. Fun time for the family. You go down here, you pay $15 for, a goddamn little ass bowl of gumbo or something. You get some gumbo, you pay $15 for 3 spoonfuls of gumbo, but it's not about that. It's about tasting different foods from different cultures and different places. So you just walk around, and it's also about people watching and walking around and having a good time. I want to know what these black teens don't usually go to stuff like this. Press 1. Sun teens don't usually go to stuff like this. Sun teens usually don't partake of this type of stuff. Sun teens don't usually partake of this type of stuff, man. Culture and shit like that, they usually don't partake of this type of stuff. Sun teens usually, especially when it's expensive, like you kind of like price out sun teens with these type of things. What were these Sun teams doing down here? Never mind that. They were down there. They were down there. So let's get back to the mayor, man. Fucking bitch.
And the resources that they need. Our immediate priorities are to help families remain safe, reduce the risk.
Think about it. She's talking about resources and shit. Resources. Listen.
Time-sensitive work to do. I've asked Assistant Chief Nicole Powell, who is in charge of the Investigation Bureau, to present with me this afternoon. She's heading up this investigation.
So the police chief is a woman. Jeez.
We continue to make sure that victims receive the care and the resources that they need. Our immediate priorities are to help families remain safe.
Look, they show you how fucking hypocritical they are. They got the Redskin. That's the Redskin logo. That's the Indian from the Redskins. That's the Indian that they don't want on no teams to use. But this woke bitch got this Indian behind her. This woke Democratic bitch got this Indian behind her. You see that? Oh, the Redskin logo is offensive. The Indian, got to change the Indians to the Guardians. But this woke white bitch got the fucking Indian behind her on the fucking plaque. He said, "Son, teens go anywhere white girls are." Oh shit.
Reduce the risk of future violence, and make sure that they have practical and emotional support during these first days following the shooting. As a recap, shortly after 6 p.m. last night, officers responded to the sound of gunfire. They were supporting the Bite of Seattle and within seconds took a suspect into custody. We shared this morning that a 19-year-old man, a 44-year-old man, and a 56-year-old woman were killed. 2 died at the scene, and a 3rd passed away at Harborview Medical Center. Official identification will come from the King County Medical Examiner's Office, and we expect the names of the deceased to be released this afternoon, really anytime. Our Human Services Department Victim Advocates team is working with the Seattle Police Department to support the needs of the victims and their families. We are so grateful for their incredible work and dedication. We now know that at least 2 people exchanged gunfire outside the Seattle Center Armory. 1 is in custody, and a 2nd has been identified as the 19-year-old deceased man. This is new information in our ongoing investigation. Police continue to look for a 3rd possible suspect. And please, we're still seeking more information.
And they all sons. All of them are sons. All of them are fucking sons. If it's a shooting, it's sons. And people got to hear about fucking Nolan Wells all the time. If there's a shooting, it's sons. If there's a shooting anywhere, this boy looked like a mulatto. This boy looked like a mulatto who did this. Look at this shit. This is the suspect. Look at the pants. Look at the pants. Look where the pants are. Caught him immediately. Came up on the scene within seconds, caught this motherfucker.
investigation. So if you have information, call the tip line at 206-233-5000. Our next steps in this investigation include reviewing bullet casings, investigative interviews, following leads that come in through the tip line, and reviewing any available camera footage. While the Seattle Center cameras were not located where the scene of the crime was, next steps include looking at the video to see if they offer any new information. As you are aware, the Seattle Police Department detained a 15-year-old juvenile in connection with the shooting, and this individual had their first court hearing at 1:30 p.m. and remains in custody. The scene at Seattle Center has been cleared and the grounds are open today. I want to acknowledge all of the Seattle Center staff who've been looking after folks and cleaning up. From across the entire campus, from security to event staff and everyone who has had to respond and continue working, many often invisible in this work, and they are just as traumatized by what has happened as the visitors. The team has been unbelievable, working 20-hour shifts. So to our leadership and staff at Seattle Center, the city's gratitude is with you all. And I also want to express profound gratitude to our police officers who've been working nonstop since this tragedy occurred and are providing regular updates to my office. Thank you to the Victim Advocates team at the Human Services Department and our community partners focused on violence interruption who are offering in-home support to help families understand and navigate hospital, legal, victim support, and other systems. These teams are also convening community to assess the possibility of retaliation, identify ongoing safety concerns, and help the people involved navigate those risks. Thank you all for coming. We will continue releasing information as more becomes available. And so I want to turn it over to Assistant Chief Nicole Powell to share a few updates on the investigation. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am Nicole Powell, the Assistant Chief of Investigations for the Seattle Police Department. I want to give you an update on the tragedy at the Seattle Center last night. This is all preliminary information, subject to change. This investigation is active and ongoing. Our detectives are working tirelessly on this case.
Tirelessly. We find out this bitch hooked on phonics, man. Let me find out she hooked on phonics. The black police chief is hooked on phonics. Come on, baby. Tirelessly.
Subject to change. This investigation is active and ongoing. Our detectives are working tirelessly on this case.
Tirelessly. Our detectives are working tirelessly. I'll give her a break. I guess that's how it's you would think it would sound. If you know what I mean? Like tired. I'm tired, tirelessly. I'm tired. I'm tired. I am tired. The act of being tired, tiredly. You know, like I'm hungry. I'm lonely. I'm tired, sleep. I'm tired, sleep. You gotta give her a break, man. If you go by the rules of English, it makes sense, right? It makes sense that it would probably be tirelessly. Yeah, but tirelessly means you're not tired. You're doing it without getting tired. Tirelessly, Boone Sheikah. You got Boone Sheikah and fucking Rachel fucking, what's that little girl? Rachel fucking, the bitch that talked to the little kids on the fucking Shanae and Rachel.
The Assistant Chief of Investigations for the Seattle Police Department. I want to give you an update on the tragedy at the Seattle Center last night. This is all preliminary information, subject to change. This investigation is active and ongoing. Our detectives are working tirelessly on this case. At this point, we believe this could be gang-related. There were two groups firing in the area near the armory during the bite of Seattle. We believe two of the individuals were associates with each other. This is the 19 28-year-old who passed away and the 15-year-old who was arrested last night. There have been a lot of questions about cameras. Our detectives are still collecting and reviewing video evidence from buildings around the area. I want to thank our officers who selfishly ran into danger, our detectives and professional staff who are working together on this investigation. These men and women serve Seattle day in and day out with pride and dedication. Again, I want to emphasize this information that I provide today is preliminary. Once we have additional information, we will provide it to the public. And if anyone have any video, seen anything, please call our Violent Crimes Tip Line at 206-233-5000. Thank you.
We can take a few questions.
Has there been, have you all been able to interview the 15-year-old suspect? Has that suspect been cooperative?
It's an active investigation. I can't give that information right now.
I was wondering if you could say a little bit about what this means for the city of Seattle, kind of coming off the high of the World Cup and the Summer of Timothy and a lot of like lighthearted, good feelings about Seattle, and to now have this very terrible tragedy that is making international headlines. What does this mean for you, kind of like for this moment in Seattle?
I mean, I think this is weighing on us all right now, certainly weighing on me. I also just want to recognize that we've had a number of tragic incidents of gun violence this year, and all of them take very, very...
All of them were sons or Hispanics. Let's put it like this. None of the shootings were white kids. Press 1. None of the shootings were white kids. 90% of them were sons. The other 10 were Hispanics, but none of them were white kids. Let's see if we get 5 people to sponsor the show right now. 5 people. Bless the channel. Bless the people's channel right now. Can we get 5 people to to bless the people's channel right now, to sponsor the show, to support the channel? 5 people right now. Just to get the ball rolling. Just to get the ball rolling. 5 people. Take a second to sponsor today's programming. Would it be able to do that? I'll put the link. You can hit the super chat. You can hit the super chat on the live stream. You don't have to be, anybody can hit the super chat. Oh, it gets better. The mayor, it gets better. Trust me, it gets better. This is why having these women lead these cities, you really can't do nothing about it because these are elected positions. That's the worst part. Whenever you got an elected position, you opening it up for shit like this, because these elected positions, you can't keep people out. All they got to do is run. In a city like this, the woker you are, the better. And she is woke. Okay? She's woke. All right? She is woke. I'm telling you, man. Let's see. Let's continue, man. I wanted to show you just to give you some insight onto what happened. That these are the 2 people that got shot. These people were down there enjoying. They had nothing to do with this shit. Nothing to do with whatever little shit that these sun turds was, or these fucking ombrito turds were. Okay, here go the suspect. We got the suspect. What is that? He got some nice titties though, man. If he was a girl, man, I'd be interested, man. I like titties. Titties on a dude is worse than tits on a boar, man. What a waste of tits, man. What a waste of a nice set of tits to put them on a dude, man. There's some woman out there with a flat-chested woman that's just fucking questioning life, man. Some flat-chested woman is just like, God, why, God? I needed those things, and you gave them to a fucking guy. Fucking A, man. That's like putting a dick on a chick. It's literally like doing that. Or a chick with a mustache, a chick with a beard and shit. This like, you know, you see those chicks like they got a little facial hair. Every chick got a little facial hair, but I'm talking about like a chick with a goddamn, you know, Burt Reynolds and shit. Bitch looking like motherfucking Anchorman and shit out this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Gave this little motherfucker those tits, man. Shout out to Barry B, man. Barry B is in the building. Barry B is always coming through in the building, man. We get 4 more people to sponsor the show. I know y'all can sponsor the show. I know y'all can. We didn't come on last night, man, but you guys would have known that. You guys would have known there was no show last night if you would have checked the community section. Listen, that's why I do the site. That's why I set up all this shit. You think I set all this shit up for nothing, man? I set all this shit up for nothing, yo. Listen. You guys, I gotta get them to fix the time. They got the time on like fucking Great Britain and shit, but nevertheless, I told you guys yesterday there was not gonna be no show. Some of you guys waited around, probably like, oh man, I'm gonna watch Op Nation tonight. You could have went to sleep, man. You could have did something else. Rather than like, oh man, I waited all day for Op Nation, he not come on tonight. Join. You, it's free to be just free to get an account on OckNationNews.com. It's free. Just put your Gmail in, click the sign in button. You'll be prompted to put your Gmail in. Boom, you got a site. You got an account. Now, if you want to have a better account where you can DM other members, because you can talk to everybody, you can talk to people in the chat. You know what I mean? But if you want to speak to other members privately, DMs, get you a green card. If you want discounts on all the stuff on the Ock Nation merch store, I'm gonna start adding some more stuff tomorrow. We got a lot of products, but I want to add some more stuff. If you want to, it's all types of perks, man. All types of perks, man. But yeah, I told you guys yesterday. I will tell you guys here if I'm not doing the show that day. You guys don't have to wait around and try to figure out, oh, is he gonna do? Is he coming on tonight? Is he coming on tonight? I will tell you guys here on the Ock Nation community. Salute this. Anything you want me to see any day. I don't care if it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Well, no, 2 o'clock in the morning I'll be on. I don't care if it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. If you want to reach me at any time, you can reach me through the Ock Nation community. Just post it in there. Just post it in the chat. In the chat. I'll see it. I check that all day long. You got anything you want to say to me? Anything you want to show me? But yeah, back to the lesson at hand. Perfection is perfected to my level of understanding from a young G's perspective. Hold on, let's see this fucking mulatto. You can tell he looked like a Samoan, don't he? Those big ass titties. Samoans are known for having breastises. Because they just big boned. Samoans is just big, man. Samoans is just big. Samoans is big, man. But this one looked like he might be mixed with something, man. He got a little kink in his hair. This is the one that got caught on the scene. Killing these motherfuckers. Look at this white lady, man. That white lady looked like she was woke. Listen, we know this white lady was painfully woke. Like, we're not even gonna fucking play around with you. We know this white lady was painfully woke, right? Right? We know this white lady was painfully woke. Still, she looked like the type of person, if you weren't talking about politics or, how important methadone clinics are and the fucking, how important abortion is. If you weren't talking about shit like that, right? This woman probably seemed like she would have been a nice, sweet old lady, man. Press one. And then you got fucking Hector here. Hector probably, had taking care of his family, got a work truck, going around taking care of his family. I don't know. Look at Hector, man. It's sad, man. This is sad, man. Fucking A, man. Let's get back to this fucking mayor, man.
very seriously. So I think, everyone deserves to feel safe in our city, to be safe in our city, in all of our neighborhoods and all of our public space. And we're going to be working as hard as we can to make that the reality, because we know that the future of our city, its vitality, our quality of life depends on people feeling safe wherever they are in our city. So that's my very highest priority.
Yeah. Was there any altercation between the 19-year-old and the 15-year-old before this? Did any witnesses hear any fighting? Was there anything that you can identify that happened prior to the shooting?
This is still an active investigation. We're still interviewing witnesses, so it's going to take some time to go through all of that.
Kamari, you were next.
Yeah, listening to your preliminary investigation there, you mentioned that this very well could be gang related. What steps is the city of Seattle taking, considering that, there's other festivals that are on the horizon here, on Mojo Fest, different concerts coming up, of course, and that's our communities across the city, where it seems like two people who might not have known each other or liked each other, probably knew each other, started gunfire. What's the city's plan to be able to make public gatherings safe, considering we're in festival season right now?
Yeah, I think this is going to be an ongoing collaboration between the city, all of our partners, county, Office of Gun Violence Prevention, all of our community partners. So it's going to take all of us. And, I think, part of this is having the right kind of official presence at events. Part of this is just making sure that we're working with our community partners that are doing violence intervention work. So we're going to be making this plan together as the days go on.
Do you know more about the 27-year-old who tried to shoot up the center yesterday? Is that person definitively related to the shooting?
No additional information than what was provided earlier today.
With one outstanding suspect, is there an ongoing threat to the public? And can you elaborate more on the relationship between the 15-year-old and the 19-year-old?
This is an active investigation, so I'm limited what I can say. What I want is to encourage the public who was out there. There was a lot of people. If they have any videos or any witnesses seeing anything, please call that tip line. We're still trying to ascertain that information. As soon as we have it, we're going to make sure we put it out as soon as possible.
Yeah, I'm just trying to take down some of the specifics here. So according to the court documents, the 19-year-old who later passed away was detained at the same time as the 15-year-old. So those two were associated, and there's a third person, at least one more person out there that you're still looking for, who potentially they were attempting to attack, or vice versa. Can you help me understand, and maybe also how many guns you know were involved?
So the information I've provided today, right now, is what we have. It's still an active investigation, so I can't provide any additional information. Once we get it, we will provide it to the public.
According to court documents, the verbiage in the super form says that the 19-year-old was the second shooter. Why didn't you guys release that this morning?
It is an active investigation. I think once we get that information, once we get the witness statement and videos and obtain more information, is the information that we put out right now. Like I said, it's preliminary and things are subject to change as the investigation goes on. So as we're investigating it, we'll provide more information.
Well, I was just wondering because it's obviously on the super form. So the police already said that. So my question is, why did we have to have a second press conference to get that information when we could have got it this morning?
I'll just say that my office received that information in the last hour or two. So, things are unfolding very rapidly, and we're getting reports that then in some cases subsequently turn out not to be true. So we're trying our best to be able to provide timely information.
Go over here since you haven't had a chance yet.
Yeah, is there a reason Chief Barnes isn't here? Has he been communicating with you? If you didn't learn about this information that was already filed in court earlier today around noon, or even earlier, potentially, how's the communication been? And why isn't he here?
Again, Assistant Chief Nicole Powell is here because she is the one heading up this investigation and was able to provide us with an update. Again, information is going back and forth between multiple parties very fast right now. So, we've received that information in the last couple hours, and we're able to share it right now.
Okay, let's do one more. Go ahead.
Where were the guns recovered on scene, and have you been able to run them to see if they've been stolen, used in any other crimes?
It's an active investigation. I can provide that information later.
Do you understand why people might be frustrated that that's the recurring answer that we're getting today?
I understand as we get information that we can release to the public, we will provide as soon as we can.
So we'll be back here again at noon tomorrow, and as we have more information, then we'll be happy to share it with you all.
Quick thought before you go. I just want to say, and I think I can speak for all members of the media, that we're partners. We're partners with you guys. That's what we do. That's what we see ourselves as public servants too. And we're not always treated that way.
Yeah, absolutely. What we're doing here is we're trying not to provide inaccurate information that later we have to walk back. So I appreciate you all being here and helping us in the all-important mission of keeping the public informed about what is happening. And again, we are trying our best to provide the most accurate information we can in a timely manner. Thank you.
All right, that is the second update of the day from the mayor on
Oh, that was the
deadly
second
shooting
one.
that
Okay.
happened yesterday. The big news
I missed
that
the first one. Okay, that was the one I was looking for. Okay, that makes sense. Because I was like, when did she say? She didn't say the woke shit that I thought she was going to say. There's another one. I'm going to find that, the first one.
And tonight, people are gathering at the International Fountain to mourn those lives lost. And that's where we find King 5's Madeline Carter with more tonight. A lot of people behind you.
Yeah, Greg, it's all happening right now. I'm actually going to step right out of the way because a powerful moment is happening. You can see we have flashlights in the air. Dozens of people are here tonight. They've laid flowers, they've lit candles, and now they are holding up lights in honor of the 3 people who died in the shooting and the 4 who were injured. This has been, as I said, a powerful representation of this community showing up the day after a mass shooting. This crowd, there's been some tension tonight. You can feel there's a lot of feelings associated with yesterday. There's sadness, anger. A lot of these people here in the crowd are upset. We even saw a woman crying, holding a sign that said "Whitehead Strong," and that is referring to one of the victims, Ashley.
Whitehead Strong. I thought she was going to say white. Listen, these things, it always trips me out, right? So everybody's holding up a candle. Everybody's here to fight the same thing, gun violence. And everybody at least peripherally knows. Like, they might not know the numbers. They don't know the names. They might not know the names of the cities. The sun fire burns the hottest. But they know when there's a shooting what their mind goes to. Press 1. When there's a shooting, you think niggas. Be honest. When there's a shooting in your city, or you hear there's a shooting, either the news, anywhere, oh, there was a shooting.
And that is referring to one of the victims, Ashley Whitehead. And I wanted to tell you about the victims, the 3 who died. We're learning more about them as we go tonight. And this woman, Ashley Whitehead, she was 56 years old.
Look at the GoFundMe, guys. Look at the GoFundMe. Look at the GoFundMe. Look at the GoFundMe. $195. $195,000. I mean, no, $195. No thousands. $109 in the GoFundMe. $190.
She was shot in the pelvis at the festival, transported to Harborview and taken into surgery, but later died. A GoFundMe describes Ashley as a lover of life, art, and family. And speaking of family, in that GoFundMe, it says that Ashley's daughter was here at Seattle Center and witnessed the shooting. And we did learn that Ashley did have a chance to say goodbye to her daughter before she passed.
Wow, her daughter was there. Let's go to Bite Seattle. Bite of Seattle. Sure, Mom. Oh, the daughter probably was like, hey, Mom, I'm going to Bite of Seattle. You want to come? Mom sitting home, not doing nothing, older woman. Sure. Okay, Mom, we're going to come pick you up. We'll be there in a few minutes. Mom went, got ready, got dressed, doing something nice, casual to go down. The daughter called. The daughter wanted to spend the day with her. They get down there and some fucking sun turds start shooting at each other. And she gets hit and dies. It's infuriating, man. And we all got to act like it wouldn't be as infuriating if we could just call it out. But everybody has to act like it was a weather event, like a storm came through. Or something happened, some amorphous thing did something. When everybody knows who it was and everybody knows how to talk to those people.
Now, another victim, Carlos Villalba, was 44 years old. He was shot in the torso and he died right here at the scene.
Okay, his GoFundMe got $4,398 on it. Carlos, man, look at his family, 3 kids. 3 kids, shot in his torso, 3 kids, died on the scene. No hospital, no nothing. Hey, baby, you need to come down here and identify your guy. Where's he at? He's by the goddamn. He's by the Jamaican. He's between the Jamaican food stand and the fucking sushi stand. There's a sushi stand and a Jamaican food stand. He laying on the ground under his sheet right there. We need you to come down here and identify him. Can you imagine the horror in this woman's voice when she heard that on the phone? Imagine the kids, Mommy, what's wrong? Mommy, what's wrong? See, people don't understand, man, how these fucking pieces of shit ruin lives, man. Ruin everybody's life, man. Mommy, what's wrong? Mommy just screaming at the top of her lungs. Mommy, what's wrong? Mommy, what's wrong? Mommy just yelling. She had to find out that her husband went down to Taste of Seattle and he's laying under the fucking sushi table dead. Because some fucking POC pieces of shit feel like anytime they see each other, they can start shooting at each other. They don't give a fuck where they're at. And if you get hit, they don't give a fuck. Which makes them bad people. We gotta start calling shit with them. These people are bad people. They don't care if they hit, they don't care if they kill you while they're shooting at the ops. They think this is the proper place to do this shit. All right, we asked for 10, we asked for 5. We only got one person that's going to support the channel tonight, man. Oh, man. That's rough, man. But yeah, we're looking for, we're always looking for the magic numbers, 10. We're always looking for 10 people to sponsor the show, man. If you have never sponsored the show, you never contributed to the nation, man, get a channel membership, hit the super chat, hit the PayPal, hit the Cash App, hit something. We don't get nothing from YouTube, nothing, except to use the platform. Shout out to everybody that's watching on OckNationNews.com and wherever you're watching.
I actually talked to his wife on the phone today. She told me she cannot even begin to wrap her head around this tragedy. No one can.
Look at that beautiful family, man. He's a tall hombrito too, man. He hit the lottery, man. So this hombrito hit the lottery, man. He look like about 5'11", 6 feet. 6 foot hombrito, man. Shit. Got him a nice MILF. They probably go to church every fucking Sunday. What a fucking tragedy, man. What a fucking tragedy, man.
Carlos leaves behind his wife and 3 children. A close friend described him as a devoted husband and a loving father with a kind and gentle spirit and willingness to help others. That friend told me that Carlos was one of the best people on the planet. That was how he described him.
Wow.
And finally, we have the 3rd victim, and that was Junior C. Sumo. He was just 19 years old. Court documents say he was one of 3 people who exchanged gunfire here at Seattle Center. He was shot multiple times, and he died here as well. And right now, again, you are witnessing this powerful moment. We still have the lights in the air.
And then you got some nigga here talking about do your part. You got here some nigga on a microphone talking about preaching to you about doing your part. Jeez. You got some nigga who probably been to jail more than fucking. You got some nigga who probably been to jail more than fucking Sammy the Bull Gravano or some shit. Some nigga who probably spend more time in prison than fucking a mob boss preach to you about do your part to stop gun. Man, fuck you, nigga. Press 1. Man, fuck you. Press 1. Shout out to my man, Saul. Salute to Saul, man. Saul supporting the channel, man. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to Saul, man. You gotta hear this nigga we should be telling you that, nigga. Yeah, everybody's gotta do their part. To what? To stop little fucking POC pieces of shit from shooting each other at festivals and hitting a bunch of innocent people and killing them? No, fuck you. Fuck you. You can kiss my ass and write a love song about it, you fucking nigga. Kiss my ass and write a love song about it. Okay?
And right now, again, you are witnessing this powerful moment. We still have the lights in the air. This crowd, they're listening to the organizers speak right now on megaphones. Actually spoke with and interviewed one of the organizers as well, and he is actually, his son was a victim of gun violence in 2024, and he said he wanted to bring people here tonight to try to bring them hope, to try to bring them together as they mourn and bring some light.
Yeah, and that's sad. And if the guy lost his son in 2024 and he's trying to find a way to give back, and he's not just some fucking grifter, one of these programmed grifters stealing our tax dollars to do nothing, then that's different. But majority of these motherfuckers just grifters taking our tax dollars and doing nothing, giving thugs hugs and shit. These niggas don't need no hugs. They need the hammer. Listen, man, the hammer brought down on them, man.
Into this tragedy, and that is exactly why they decided to hold a candlelight vigil here tonight. So we wanted to give you a glimpse as it's going on right now, and we're going to have much more on this coming up later tonight, and you'll hear from that organizer as well. But for now, I'm reporting live, Madeline Carter, King 5 News.
All right, let me get to this, man. I got her. I got the mayor queued up. This bullshit she said. I showed y'all the second one. I meant to show you the first one when she was up here with all these goddamn look at all these fucking fuckers. Look at this shit. The only people up here who know what the fuck really going on is these fucking men in uniform. All these other fucking pencil pushing politicians, they don't know these fucking little fucking evil, demented little fuckers. They know exactly what they're doing. They enjoy killing. They enjoy ruining people's day. They enjoy being savages. They enjoy being menaces. They enjoy being known as somebody that's fucked up. They enjoy being fucked up individuals. The more fucked up and careless and fucking evil you are, the cooler you are in their friend group, in their circles. These little fucking teens, they need the hammer. Yo, this after some shit like this is an act of war. Y'all came down to our festival and shot a bunch of people and killed them. No, this is an act of war. Scorched earth. This is when you pull the programs. Press 1. This is when you snatch all the programs. All right, niggas, no more midnight basketball. No more program for this. No more program for that. No more program for this. You snatch the programs from these niggas. And make them beg for it back and promise to be, whoa. Oh, no, the free shit is, no, all right, please give us the free shit back. Them little niggas, we gonna get them in check. Trust me. Them little niggas, we gonna get them little niggas in check. Please give us our free stuff back. Please give us our free stuff back. The free shit that we don't deserve, but we give us that stuff back. This is when you start taking their shit. It's our tax dollars. Listen to the man.
Sure.
I hate this woman, man.
Okay. Good morning. Thank you for joining us here today, and I'm sorry that we have to gather under such tragic circumstances. I'm going to share the basics of what we know, and after my remarks, Chief Scoggins and Chief Barnes will be sharing additional detail. Shortly after 6 p.m. last night, officers responded to the sound of gunfire. They were assigned to support Bite of Seattle and were on scene within seconds and took one suspect into custody. No police weapons were discharged. We believe that 2 people exchanged gunfire outside the Seattle Center Armory. 7 victims were caught in the crossfire, with a possible 8th. And again, Chief Scoggins will be providing more detail about the victims after my remarks. A 19-year-old man, a 44-year-old man, and a 56-year-old woman were killed. 2 died at the scene, and a 3rd passed away at Harborview Medical Center. Official identification will come from the King County Medical Examiner's Office. The Seattle Police Department detained a 15-year-old juvenile in connection with the shooting. The teen was booked into the Judge Patricia H. Clark Children and Family Justice Center for investigation for firearms violations and first-degree assault. We believe this teenager opened fire in the crowd, but details are still under investigation. This individual will have a first appearance court hearing at 1:30 p.m. today. And again, we have not formally arrested anyone for investigation of homicide. We appreciate your patience, and we are releasing information when we can. Please remember that we are only 17 hours into this case. I know there have been a lot of questions about this, so I do want to briefly address the timeline last night. At Seattle Center, we had an active investigation ongoing, including continued search for a possible second suspect. SPD conducted a briefing with elected officials online at 9 p.m., including many people standing here today. We were advised that it was better for me and others not to be on the scene. Once it became clear that SPD was ready to brief the press, I, the governor, Congresswoman Jayapal, made our way rapidly to Seattle Center so that we would be able to be there to share that information with you all. What are we doing right now? So right now, this is an all hands on deck response. Investigating this tragedy has been taken on by nearly every part of our police department. Our Human Services Department Victim Advocates team is working with SPD to support the needs of the victims and their families. And we are so grateful for their incredible work and dedication. Two victim advocates work alongside SPD detectives in the Violent Crimes Unit to help survivors navigate the criminal legal system, understand their rights, and gain access to crime victims' compensation, among other resources. Community Passageways is reaching out to the affected families immediately and offering in-home support to help families to understand and navigate hospital, legal, victim support, and other systems. The organization is also convening an emergency meeting to assess the possibility of retaliation, identify ongoing safety concerns, and help the people involved to navigate those risks. Support is tailored to each family's circumstances. Our immediate priorities are to help families remain safe, reduce the risk of future violence, and make sure that they have practical and emotional support during the first days following the shooting. I want to acknowledge that this has been an especially tough week here in Seattle. Thursday night, there was a shooting near Aurora in North Seattle, again in Capitol Hill on Friday night, and now at the Seattle Center last night. While the police department continues their investigations, we cannot let up on implementing a multi-pronged gun violence strategy. We know that gun violence can be prevented. Evidence-based strategies have proven results in cities across the nation. We know that a successful gun violence reduction strategy is based on strong partnerships between community leaders who design and implement neighborhood-based prevention strategies, social service providers focused on the root causes of violence, community members with moral authority over group members who can deliver a credible message against violence, community members who can interrupt cycles of violence and de-escalate tensions before they erupt, and law enforcement who can hold group members accountable if they decide not to put down their guns. The city of Seattle is partnering with state across the nation. We know that a successful gun violence reduction strategy is based on strong partnerships between community leaders who design and implement neighborhood-based prevention strategies.
Prevention strategies. All that is fucking hugs for thugs and your tax dollars being thrown into the ocean. Prevention strategies. Nah, the prevention strategies is you start handing out life sentences and 75-year sentences to these little fuckers instead of during their first couple of offenses. And the word will spread. That's how you prevent it. Let the word spread. Through the streets of Seattle. Hey, man, they not playing, man. You ain't getting no bond. You ain't getting no bail. You sitting. And when they convict you, they gonna fucking set your whole fucking, they gonna set your boots on fucking fire. They're gonna douse your boots in gasoline, set them shits on fire. They're gonna smoke your boots. That's how you prevent the shit. These dumbass liberals think you prevent it by going in and talking to these little fuckers, man. Hey, I know the other guys killed your brother last week, but we really need you to squash it, Timmy. Because, it's just not right.
Social service providers focused on the root causes of violence.
Social service providers focused on the root causes of violence. The root cause of violence is DNA, but you don't want to talk about that. Press 1. The root cause of violence is DNA, and you don't want to talk about that. She's talking about focusing on the root cause of violence.
And implement neighborhood-based prevention strategies. Social service providers focused on the root causes of violence. Community members with moral authority over group members who can deliver a credible message against violence. Community members who can interrupt cycles of violence and de-escalate tensions before they erupt. And law enforcement who can hold group members accountable if they decide not to put down their guns. The City of Seattle is partnering with state, federal, and local government partners to launch a gun violence reduction strategy that will build on programs, services, and law enforcement efforts already underway. We will be bringing on an expert in gun violence reduction, including youth violence prevention, who will partner with city staff and our community-based partners. Chief Barnes and the Seattle Police Department will be implementing near-term strategies to amplify our summer efforts, and I'll let the chief describe those momentarily. We are committed to working in impacted neighborhoods across our city, from Rainier Beach to the Chinatown International District and Little Saigon, to Capitol Hill, to North Aurora, to address both the immediate impacts and the root causes of gun violence. And I also want to express appreciation for our City Attorney Erica Evans for her leadership in beginning to use extreme risk protection orders to take guns away from people at high risk of committing.
So the DA is a woman too. Fuck.
Violence. No one should have to fear for their safety or their life before attending an event, gathering with friends, or experiencing our city. No parent should have to worry that their kid won't come home at the end of the day. My heart is with the victims of last night's tragedy and their families and everyone who is suffering for their loss. And I also know that many people who were not physically injured will carry what they experienced yesterday with them for a long time. The terror and the trauma of gun violence reaches far beyond those who are struck by the bullets. I want to express profound gratitude to our police officers who were on the scene and responded immediately and with care and decisiveness, and to everyone at the Seattle Police Department who has been working nonstop since this tragedy occurred. And our Seattle firefighters and the medical personnel at Harborview who treated the injured, as well as Seattle Center and event staff and bystanders who helped people to reach safety and provided aid in terrifying circumstances. We are in this together. And now I'm going to turn the mic over to Chief Scoggins to provide some more information.
Hugs for thugs. Hugs for thugs.
Waiting for that press conference. But also I want to talk about this because this is important. Immediately after this morning's press conference, Police Chief Sean Barnes got into a confrontation with a reporter from the South Seattle Emerald. That's after the reporter pressed the chief on his whereabouts, indicating that Barnes is out of town a lot. Take a look at this tense interaction.
I have been here working as hard as I can for this city from the day I got here. You got that?
But there are reports that you are not in town often.
Their reports are wrong. Do you understand?
Let's go, man. Let's go.
You understand?
So when
I work. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you.
All right, so I want to give a little bit of a backstory there. That happened again immediately after the press conference. That came after, Sean Barnes was asked a lot of tough questions by reporters. We were all there. We heard it. So that was Connor Nash. He's with the South Seattle Emerald. And the question he asked that was not shown in that video was he basically asked that he got information that he was at some type of a conference and that he was not going to be back until mid-August initially. Of course, the shooting happened and then he came back. So he asked about that. And then that's what you saw in that tense interaction. You saw a piece of that too.
Yeah.
Never seen something like this. I mean, it is really intense right now.
Let me be clear, too, that I had some sources telling me mid-August as well. It was not a far-fetched question to ask, and I don't think it's an unfair question to ask. When I saw this play out, I thought to myself, Hannah, we have worked in so many markets leading up to Seattle, right? We've seen it all. We've worked with police chiefs, government officials all over the country. Never have I seen that kind of behavior.
I think it comes down to, is somebody else empowered to speak for the chief when he's not there, or are they waiting on the mayor's office? And so I think we're trying to get to the answer is, does everything have to go through the mayor's office to be released, or can SPD speak for SPD? And last night, clearly, the communication broke down. They're going to work on.
We begin tonight for the first time hearing from family members of one of the victims killed in last night's deadly shooting at the Bite of Seattle Food Festival at the Seattle Center. It comes as police tell Fox 13 they're searching for at least one other suspect. Family members of 56-year-old Ashley Whitehead gathered tonight with at least 100 other people to honor her life and the life of 44-year-old Carlos Villalba. Fox 13's Jennifer Dowling just finished speaking to them. And Jennifer, what can you tell us?
Well, it was an emotional night for the two cousins of Ashley Whitehead. They said the 56-year-old was likely coming here either for the first time or this was one of her first times at the Bite of Seattle. They say she only moved here about a year ago to be with her daughter, and her daughter and her fiance were here at the Bite of Seattle when Ashley was shot. So just a devastating situation for this family. They say they came to pay the respects and to remember Ashley. They said she was a fun spirit. She liked hiking. She liked outdoor activities. They said it would have been unusual for her to come to the Bite of Seattle because it was more of a urban fun event. They said that she liked nature and liked to be out on those hiking trails. So take a listen to what the two cousins had to say in memory of Ashley.
She had a great sense of humor, very colorful person. I would consider her an artist, a creative type, and a free spirit. A free spirit. Free spirit. Definitely. And she loved the freedom that the state offered her. They were kind of telling me that my cousin had been shot. And I just kind of went into a different state of mind, I guess an alternate state of mind. It just felt slow motion and not real. It didn't feel real till probably this morning. I had a few hours of sleep, but it just felt like I was living in someone else's body, someone else's life. This couldn't be real. That the one time that she came here, she happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, because this is not the way to do it. To take people's lives, this is not the way. This is a terrible travesty for a lot of people, and the people that passed away, the people that were involved, and then the trauma for the families, and then having this event and people being that scared. It's terrible. Like, it shouldn't have happened at all.
Yeah, that was the message the cousins had for the shooters in this situation. They said that they really wanted them to take a hard look at their lives, especially the 15-year-old who...
She wants them to take a hard look at their lives. Yo, he did take a hard look at his life. He brought a gun to a festival and fired into a crowd.
Was arrested and is in custody at this time, saying, that just isn't the right way. So many we talked to at the vigil have been to the Bite of Seattle, but even if they weren't there on Sunday, they were very touched by the reading of the names of the victims and a moment of silence. And the organizer of tonight's vigil, Aaron Murphy Payne, also lost his son to gun violence at Garfield High School. He spoke tonight saying the Sunday shooting was like a gut punch. So an emotional night here all around. Some people still here, candles lit, remembering those victims and just reflecting on the tragedy from Sunday. Reporting live in Seattle, Jennifer Dowling, Fox 13 News.
So sad, man.
Tonight, police arresting a 15-year-old who they say was part of that deadly shootout Sunday, spraying bullets into a crowded Seattle food festival.
Oh, it's right there.
Officials earlier saying they were still trying to locate and identify a second gunman.
We believe that the bullets that were fired were from two individuals who appeared to be firing at one another.
But late tonight, in court documents, police say there was also a third shooter. Writing the 15-year-old and one of the deceased engaged in a gunfight with at least one other unknown suspect. Police say 3 people died, a 56-year-old woman and 2 men, ages 19 and 44.
Anyone have a small child tourniquet size?
5 other people were injured, including a 2-year-old boy.
I don't know if it's gang activity, but certainly group activity. We have to determine the nexus behind what happened.
Well, city officials are facing backlash after Seattle's mayor incorrectly told the public Sunday all shooters were in custody.
We are doing the best that we can to provide accurate information in a timely manner.
Shooting? Oh!
According to officials, the gunfire erupted just after 6 p.m.
Multiple people down, one person shot in the back.
What's going on?
Sending thousands running to safety.
Oh my God.
People even forced to seek shelter in the Space Needles gift shop.
You can just get a sense being here of how chaotic it must have been. There's trash littered everywhere and dozens of abandoned tents like this one. In fact, take a look. You can get a sense of how quickly they must have gotten out. Their food is still out on the counter, pancakes even still on the griddle.
Vendor Akaika Bullock was nearby when the shooting started.
The altercation happened right over there towards the intersection.
He says he ran towards the bullets to save his pregnant wife and saw many of the victims on the ground.
How are you doing?
It shakes you. It's really sad.
So many still shaken up in that community because of these shootings. Liz, we saw the confusion there in your report over what authorities have told the public, but as of now, we believe this third gunman is still at large tonight?
Yeah, Tom, that's right. And police actually haven't spoken about that third gunman. We only know about this from those court documents, which came out today during the 15-year-old's first court hearing. He is now facing assault and firearm charges. Tom?
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.
Vendors returned to Seattle Center Monday morning for the first time since Sunday night's shooting. Semis and forklifts moving to the next stop.
He was like here.
Tria Zhang says her festival circuit ends here.
I'm pretty done with like free events. She was right there.
The Milwaukee merchandise vendor and her husband brought their 3 children to Seattle and say they saw one of the victims shot just feet away.
My friend had to
take his merchandise because he's so close. Take his merchandise and wrap it around the lady's leg.
Walking along one of the rows of vendors here, some booths look untouched. Others are packing up. Grace and Wesley Parker from the Bay Area are on to Portland, even after hiding their family behind steel tables.
This is our bread and butter, and of course, it's scary. But again, anywhere you go, it's not safe.
The parents say the shooting traumatized their daughter. They made it back to their Airbnb about 2 hours after the chaos.
Yeah, it was just, gathering thoughts and, just kind of just being relieved that we were all sitting at the table with each other.
Los Angeles food vendor Christopher Monteroso says he spent a decade traveling to food festivals across the country.
Shooting!
He was live streaming when gunshots erupted and crowds ran over a fence for cover. He says his pregnant wife watched it all play out live.
I love this event. I'll go next year. Hopefully it's still here.
After picking up hundreds of followers for his viral moment, he says the event enables vendors from across the country to reach customers they otherwise wouldn't.
Seattle people should be happy that this is what it is, because it just provided all these local vendors that had never seen the scale of this event earn that type of money.
This is an event that vendors like rave about.
For Zhang, she's grappling with survival and taking stock of the next event's security, wherever that may be.
I think that there should be more security, something needs to be done.
In Seattle, Alex McClune, King 5 News.
More on this mass shooting. We're joined today now by former King County Sheriff and Congressman Dave Reichert. Thanks so much for taking the time to talk to us today.
No, you're welcome.
Last night was, of course, a true tragedy right here in the heart of Seattle. Talk to us a little bit about what it takes to secure an area like this Space Needle Seattle Center that has so many.
What you would have to do, you would have to have an entry point. You'd have to have a place where everybody comes through. You can have metal detectors. You can have a wand. You can pat people down there. Also, you charge $3 or $5 for entry. And niggas won't come. Press 1. Have an entry point where these niggas know they're going to get patted down or wanded, and then they got to pay $5 to get in. And the nigga population, that type of shooter population, that type of on-site population, the op population, that would decimate them coming to that fucking thing. $5. Just $5. I don't even want to even hear what these guys gonna say. He used to be the police chief of Seattle. Jesus Christ.
The ins and outs for a big event like the Bite of Seattle.
Right. It's very sad that we're living in the world that we're living in right now, where you have to take a look at how do we secure an outdoor venue like the Bite of Seattle. The Seafair is coming up. So what do you do? Fence the whole Seattle Center area off and have screening points and security points as people enter outside events now. I mean, we do that for all of our inside events. You could take almost every security event or effort that you could think of, including cameras and additional police officers and security posts and bag searches, but you're really only preventing law-abiding citizens from committing crimes when you do that. You've got people out there that want to do bad things, and I think that what we have to do is have an honest conversation about how we're raising our children and how we're teaching them the difference between right and wrong, responsibility, accountability, respect, All of those things, respect for law enforcement. We need to build a police department that's respected again. We need to build a prosecutor's office that's respected again. When people feel that there's no consequences for their actions, they're gonna do whatever they can get away with. And I think so. We need to have an honest conversation. But there are some things that we can do. I understand that were some flock cameras that were supposed to be installed. They weren't installed. But police still have access, I think, to the vendors that were there. May have had cameras up. Of course, a lot of people are filming this on their cell phones, so there'll be a lot of evidence collected with those opportunities.
And we heard from police twice today, but it took just shy of 5 hours for police and officials to address the media last night. Was Seattle too slow to tell the public what it knew at the time? And what is that right balance between speed and accuracy in a case like this?
Well, so I can talk to this from experience, obviously. You need to have a trust within your community. And to build that trust, you need to be open.
How can you have trust with, listen, how can you have trust with people from parts of the world where you can't, listen, man, you can't have, multiculturalism doesn't work. Press 1. If it's not nailed down, sons are going to try to steal it. If you don't nail your shit to the fucking ground, nail your shit to like a fucking, some shit too heavy or too big to fit through a doorway, you got to nail your shit down or sons are going to steal it. How can you have a trust society? How can the other groups trust anything? Salute. We looking for 10 people to sponsor the show tonight. We've had so far we've had two people sponsor tonight's show, man. We looking for 10, man. Listen, man, I'm breaking this down to you like nobody's gonna break it down to you. He's talking about they need to trust. You can't trust. You got fucking Somalians in your community. They have a different view of trust. Indians, fucking Punjabi motherfuckers and shit, they got a different view of trust. You got sons got a different view of trust. You got whites. Whites are actually the only group that does have high trust societies. No, they're not. Japanese and shit like that. But you got all these different groups in these cities. And then you get back, you know what I mean? Like it's no way to have trust is impossible. Because everybody sees differently. A black person sees something that's not nailed down and they feel obligated to steal it because you didn't want it. Press 1. I used to do that. I used to be like, shit, they must don't want this shit. And I didn't steal from people. I stole from stores. But I know a lot of people that stole from other people, and their excuse was a lot of times was shit. They must ain't want that shit. They just left it right there. They must didn't want it. Shit, they ain't want that shit. They wouldn't have left it right there. They wouldn't have left their coat right there. They wouldn't have left their belongings right there if they wanted them. Let's see if we can find some more stuff that's going on in the country, man. What else is going on? What else is going on, man? What else is
10 o'clock hour. First tonight, an investigation continues after authorities say the wife of Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy was shot inside the family's Ashburn home. The couple's adult son is now charged in the case. Our Virginia Rita joining us live in Ashburn with the latest.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up, man. All I think about is that Yogi Bear and Boo Boo. Yogi Bear and Boo Boo sitting on the log, and Boo says, "Is it them?" And then Yogi says, "It's always them."
The wife of Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy was shot inside the family's Ashburn home. The couple's adult son is now charged in the case. Our Virginia Rita joining us live in Ashburn with the latest information from neighbors. Regina, what are you hearing?
Yeah, well, ladies, the people who we spoke with here today, they say this area is pretty quiet. Neighbors try to keep to themselves, but they also know who Eric Bieniemy is. He is the offensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs. In 2023, Eric spent that season with the Commanders, so he's known here locally. He still has a house here in Virginia, and residents describe him and his family as a friendly, so they are shocked to hear about what happened. Take a look. According to the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office, Mia Bieniemy, the wife of Eric, was shot multiple times inside the family's home on North Park Drive in Ashburn. You're seeing video here of Mia being carried out on a stretcher and being put inside an ambulance. Authorities say the alleged suspect is the couple's 27-year-old son, Elijah Bieniemy, who was arrested at the scene. You're seeing deputies there taking Elijah into custody outside the home earlier today. He's charged with malicious wounding and 2 other offenses and is being held without bond. Investigators say Mia survived the shooting but suffered serious injuries. So far, the sheriff's office has not released a motive, but for neighbors, they say they're still trying to process what happened.
Knowing that something so close home happens like this, something like this happens so close home, it's first shocking, and then second, it's.
Did he say close home? Close to home. Close to home, man. Close to home, motherfucker. What you mean close home? Jeez.
Knowing that something so close home happens like this, something like this happens so close home, it's first shocking, and then second, it's kind of like, overwhelming.
It's very tough to go through something like that, and it just never goes away, but it does kind of open your eyes as to anything can happen anywhere.
Elijah, he's always been very polite. Anytime I see him, he's always, he was very cordial and greeted, very, no issues, no problems, and he was always to himself.
And the man you just heard from lives next door to the Bieniemy family. He says he didn't hear the gunshots, but says it's still hard to believe something like this happened so close. At the time of the shooting, Eric was not home. The Chiefs are in Missouri for training camp. Earlier today, Chiefs head coach Andy Reid told reporters he didn't have many details about the incident.
Our hearts go out to Eric Bieniemy and his family. Thoughts and prayers are with them. I can't get into details on it. But things happen sometimes, and Eric will work through it. He's got a great support group.
He said things happen sometimes.
Group here, as does his family, as needed, and then we'll just let time take care of it.
The Chiefs coach did mention that the wife, Mia, is currently in stable condition, but as far as law enforcement and investigators, they have not released any further details about this shooting. Back to you.
Regina, thank you.
Jeez.
And tonight we're hearing from family about the lives of Amanda, who went by Mandy, and her 6 kids.
News 8's Katani Gooch sat down with Mandy's cousin. She joins us now live in the studio with how the family is being remembered. Katani.
As you can imagine, Brian, Amber, this is an incredibly tough time for the family. Upon reaching out to Emily Jones, Mandy's cousin, and speaking with her, she let me know that the family wants their loved ones remembered as people who loved life and loved each other even more.
There's so much more to focus on about them than what happened. And it's tragic, but they were
murder, suicide. Jeez.
Than what happened. And it's tragic, but they were real people.
Emily Jones says Mandy, her little cousin, lit up every room she walked in.
Mandy was, she was probably the most positive, happy, optimistic person I have ever met in my life.
Her positivity radiating all aspects of her life, from the classroom.
Mandy was a substitute teacher at the school. She had a great, far-reaching impact for a lot of children out there.
To the living room.
Mandy was cut out to be a mom.
And not just any mom. Jones says a super mom with 4 biological boys.
They like their video games, they like their Roblox, their Minecraft, loved sports.
And 2 adopted girls.
You know, the girls, they were girls. They liked fashion and purses, and they were getting to that point, you know, where they really cared about what they wore and what they looked like.
6 children in total.
I have 1. I do not know how you're functioning with 6, but she did it. And she did it with a smile, and nothing seemed to faze her. She just loved them so much.
Jones told me the way Mandy loved her kids was evident in the way the kids loved each other.
It's very rare, I think, that you see a group of siblings that genuinely like each other all the time and like to hang out together and be together, but they did. So that was always beautiful to see.
That same positive atmosphere touching a community that's now wrapping its arms around this family.
I know that, you know, my aunt and uncle and the family, they have just been so touched by the outpouring of support, by the vigil, by the kind messages that they've received. It's helpful to them right now. I think retaining that kind of positivity, especially in the world we live in, is so critically important, and something that we...
This bitch just blamed Trump after her fucking cousin killed her 6 kids. This bitch just blamed Trump after her fucking cousin killed her 6 kids. Listen.
I think retaining that kind of positivity now, I think retaining that kind of positivity, especially in the world we live in, is so critically important, and something that we definitely want them to be remembered for.
And Emily, how are you doing?
We're all just still in a state of shock.
Emily told me the family is grappling with wrapping their heads around this situation. She said just a couple weeks ago, Mandy and her girls were in Hangzhou, China, where the girls were adopted from.
She really wanted them to know their heritage and see where they came from, and I love that was important to her as a parent as well.
And now today,
she knew she was gonna kill them kids back then. That's why she took them to China, so they could be in China before they died.
Hey, pictures from that very trip.
This bitch killed 6 of her kids. Yikes.
Are some of the last memories shared.
1 minute you're laughing at a memory or a photo you found, and the next minute you break down in tears, and it's hard.
And Amber, Brian, as you just heard Emily say, this is a situation that's touched so many lives as people in the neighborhood and the larger Grand Haven community are processing all that's unfolded. I was at a vigil Sunday night where hundreds gathered in prayer and remembrance for the family. This was entirely led by...
We want to begin with an update to a story that's been making national headlines. A family of 8 dead in our Grand Haven Township neighborhood after a suspected murder-suicide. Paige Meyer has the update after hearing from investigators.
Investigators have now identified the 8 family members found dead inside of a Grand Haven Township home last week and have determined how they've died. I'm Paige Meyer here at the Ottawa County Sheriff's
Oh, the
Office.
father killed the family. Woo! Okay, the father did it. Yikes. Wow, the dad did it. An argument, man. Yo, man, these motherfuckers. Yo, there's no excuse for this. There's nothing you can say to excuse what he did. Snuffing those little children out. Snuffing all those little kids out. Big bully, man. Big, awful bully, man. And I'm sure they're going to say he was a great guy. Oh, he was a great guy. No, the fuck he wasn't. He was always a piece of shit if he did this. If he did this, he was always a piece of shit. Press 1. He was a piece of shit the day he was born if he did this. I don't hear about no great guy, and we just never saw this coming. You guys just overlooked it. He was always a piece of shit. You guys overlooked it. He was always a piece of shit. And you guys overlooked it.
Revealed Monday that this was a murder-suicide, saying the husband shot his wife and 6 kids before setting their home on fire and taking his own life.
The investigation at this point shows that this was a murder-suicide, with the fire being started after the murders.
The Ottawa County Sheriff's Office revealed Monday the identities of the family found dead inside of their Grand Haven Township home following last week's suspicious fire. Investigators say 46-year-old Christopher Karakowicz shot and killed his wife, 39-year-old Amanda, along with their 6 children before setting the home on fire and shooting himself.
Preliminary indications are that the fire was intentionally set in numerous different places throughout the residence on the interior of the home.
During Monday's press conference, I asked Captain Jacob Sparks what he knew about the moments before the shots were fired.
Was there any type of struggle that you guys found with any of the victims?
Not as far as I know, no.
The names of the 6 children were not released by investigators. 4 of the children were the Karakowicz's biological offspring. The other 2 were adopted. Investigators say all of the children were found dead in their rooms. Now outside of the home, a growing memorial of flowers, stuffed animals, and messages highlights the impact the deaths are having on neighbors.
Yeah, I want to honor these lives that have been lost here, even though I didn't know them.
Jo Young says she never met the family, but as a therapist, the loss hit her hard.
I think it's huge to lose a single person in our world, and to hear that 8 people lost their lives was impacted my heart, my soul.
I reached out to Amanda's parents, who gave me a statement that says in part, quote, "Our daughter Mandy was a kind and devoted soul who loved her family and her students. We treasured every moment we had with her and her 6 children, and words cannot adequately express our devastation." The family has established a GoFundMe, and I have a link to it on our website right now at fox17online.com. This investigation is still ongoing, so if you have any information, you're urged to contact the Ottawa County Sheriff's Office. If you or someone you know is struggling, help is available through the 988 Suicide and Crisis Hotline. Reporting in Ottawa County, Paige Meyer, Fox 17 News.
Yeah, man. I mean, what can you say, man? What can you say, man? Jesus Christ. I mean, what can you say, man?
Shooting was just the latest in a long string of confrontations between Ruiz and Madison police.
Fox 6 investigator Brian Polson has been digging into a deep trove of public files. He joins us with more on that, Brian.
Yeah, Ben and Kim, I want to be clear up front. Nothing that happened in any past criminal case has any bearing on whether last week's officer-involved shooting will be deemed to be a justified act or a criminal act. That will be determined by the Wisconsin Division of Criminal Investigation, which is handling the case. But public records do shed light on the degree to which Corey Ruiz had previously interacted with City of Madison police, not to mention other police departments in Dane County. We obtained more than 24 criminal complaints dating back nearly 20 years involving Ruiz. They show that not only did he have a violent criminal history, but that he had repeatedly engaged in physical struggles with police. Over the course of 2 decades, Ruiz was charged 9 separate times and convicted in 8 of them of resisting, obstructing, threatening, or injuring police officers. 5 of those cases involved City of Madison police. Others involved the town of Madison, Sun Prairie, Fitchburg, and Capitol Police. In a 2021 case, 4 City of Madison police officers say Ruiz resisted arrest and threatened the officers. According to prosecutors, Ruiz said, quote, "I'll beat the bleep out of you. I'll knock your bleeping lenses to your eyes. You better kill me now. And I hope the next offender you come across kills you and everyone you care about." Now, it's important to note, Madison police do not have body-worn cameras, so we have no way to independently verify if Ruiz made those statements or if the quotations are accurate. However, Ruiz did plead guilty to making the threats in that case. In a statement to the Fox 6 investigators today, Ruiz family attorney B. Ivory Lamar writes in part, "While aspects of Corey's past are matters of public record, they do not answer the central question in this case, whether the actions taken by law enforcement on the day Mr. Ruiz lost his life were lawful, reasonable, and consistent with constitutional standards." You can read the full statement at fox6now.com. In the newsroom, Brian Polson, Fox 6 investigators.
Brian, the Ruiz family's lawyer said last week that Corey...
I'm glad that story calmed down a little bit. Corey Ruiz, Jesus Christ. I'm glad that calmed down a little bit. Wow. I'm still stuck on that dude killed his wife and his 6 kids. Jesus, right. That shit is crazy. Fuck. Man, it's Sunday. Great. No, it's Monday. It's Monday, right? It's Monday. Okay, it's Monday. Yeah, guys, man. If you guys want to keep communicating, please go to the Op Nation community tab at the Op Nation website, man. OpNationNews.com. We'll try to come on here earlier, man. Tomorrow, man. I really want to come on here earlier. I really wish I could come on here at 9:30, man. I used to do the shows at 9:30. I used to start my shows at 9:30 faithfully. I wonder if I can get at least 10. At least come on at 10. That would be nice to come on at 10, man. 10 o'clock. Nevertheless, man, salute to everybody watching on OpNationNews.com. Nevertheless, man, I know there's going to be some people going over to the Op Nation community that still want to correspond, still want to talk to each other. You can go to the OpNationCommunity.com and talk. But I myself, I'm gonna get out of here, man. You know, sometimes you gotta get out of here. You gotta know when to fold it. I think we had 2 nights in a row, no sleep episodes, 2 nights in a row. I think I want to keep my streak going. Salute to everybody, man. Hit the like button, subscribe, man. Support the channel too. You can support the channel any day of the week, any time of the day. Anytime you think about it, hey man, I want to drop some coins in the Op Nation bucket, man. I appreciate the news he brings us every night, man. You can do that at the show or off the show. It doesn't matter, man. Salute to you guys, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Yeah, that story just fucking blew the shit out of me, man. That story, that guy killing his fucking not killing his wife. You gotta understand, him killing the wife didn't bother me. Because I know how these things go. Him killing the wife didn't bother me, man. It was him killing the kids, man. 6 kids. That shit just fucked me up, man. Jeez. Yeah, man. I'm fucking blown, man. Get in the comment section, man. Salute, guys, man. I'll see you guys later, man. Peace out.